Hey friends, welcome back to another Memory Verse Monday. I hope you guys are all on track and doing well with your first memory verse from last week, which was Deuteronomy 6:6. This week we are going to go to one of my favorites. I have had this one written on my whiteboard for, I don't know, probably a couple of years now. And I will talk more about it in just a minute, but it's a good one. It is John 15:5, and it says, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Let me read that one more time. John 15:5. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. And this is a little longer than last week, but if you, for the longer ones, take them and just kind of chunk them and really think about them, let them sink in and bring it to life. When I read this one, I am the vine, you are the branches. I actually get a picture in my head of a vine and branches. Jesus is the main source. He's the vine. We grow off of him. The second part, if you remain in me and I in you, so we have to constantly remain in him by talking to him in prayer, by opening the Bible and reading what's inside, by listening to worship music and just being in his presence, by sitting in stillness and just letting him speak to us. There's so many ways to remain in him. But if we remain in him, he's in us. It is a two-way relationship. There's no possibility of us ever coming before him in all of those ways that I just mentioned, and then him just being silent. It doesn't work that way. He loves to speak to us. He loves to move inside of us. He loves it. He loves when we seek that relationship. So if we remain in him, he is in us. And I love how it starts. It says, if you remain in me and I in you, then you will bear much fruit. God is a good God. He only wants good for us. He only has good plans for us. He only produces fruit. So whatever your gifts are, your talents, your skills, whatever your desires, your hopes, your dreams, those all come from God. And when we remain in him and he remains in us, these things are bound to happen. It's just a law of the kingdom and the way that he designed it. So we will bear much fruit. And what is fruit? It's the goodness in our life. And that could be internal or external. That could be just your peace and your joy and your gratitude and your hope for the future. And then it can be the things that you have. God wants us to enjoy life. John 10:10 is another verse that talks about the devil came to steal, kill, and destroy, but God came so that we would have life, and not just have life, but have it to the fullest. So when we bear much fruit, it could be in all of the ways. If you're able to go on vacations, if you're able to have a car that you love and a home that you're comfortable and safe and that you love and purchase things and just have abundance in all these external ways, but as well as have those gifts that are internal, like I mentioned, peace, joy, love, gratitude, all those things, that's all fruit. That's all fruit, and all of that comes from God. And then the last part, apart from me, you can do nothing. That is like so straight up. Like you can't do anything good if you decide to live a life apart from me. You may think that what you have going on is good and fruitful, but if you're getting all of those things without me, apart from me, it's not going to be lasting. It's not going to be eternal. It's really, you're going to come to the end. You're going to come to a point you're going to come to, I can't word that right. You're going to come to a point when it falls apart, when it goes away, when it vanishes, when it loses its value. Anything that is apart from God is really nothing. And we are deceived if we think otherwise. So if you take this verse apart and just kind of make meaning out of each of it, you'll remember it. But do what you've been doing. Do what you did last week to memorize. Write it on an index card. Set your alarm. Practice it throughout the day. I would definitely encourage you to practice this and say this right before you go to sleep, because your subconscious is working while you sleep, and it should be the first thing on your mind when you wake up. Okay, one more time. John 15 verse 5 says, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Okay, guys, have fun memorizing. And if you have a friend that you're doing this with, test each other and challenge each other. Okay, I will see you guys again next week. Be blessed.